Another beer review. Budweiser, second time around. American Adjuncts Lager. Crack. When I read 1876, first brewed. I've had this many times, many times. Dallas Cowboys of of beer. You either love it or hate it. I started drinking it like 8 years ago. That was neutral. Just start drinking it and just trying to get used to it. And kind of grows on you. It's light. Why is it light? They use rice to lighten it up. That gets to one another point. Adjuncts. People say, well, adjuncts are horrible. Adjuncts. They've been using adjuncts for 200 years. 200 years they've been using adjuncts. Now that people say adjuncts are bad, you think Belgian wheat beers and they're using adjunct rice? And they say it's cheap. Rice isn't cheap. Rice is just as much as barley. So say it's cheaping it up, or this product's cheap, or that's just a bunch of bullshit for craft beer. If you're gonna drink a beer. Don't whine about because it's a big company. It's a big company. Who cares? Who cares? You know, if it's a small company, who cares? Oh, I want to buy local. Some people say, well, we buy local beers. That's the only thing you're buying. You think you're buying your clothes locally? You think you're buying your oil locally from local companies? Give me a break. Local. But get this light carbonation. Always has great carbonation. A lot of carbonation. Not much head to it. Let's start with the smell. Yellow. Not much smell. It has a better smell than most adjunct lagers. Has that beer taste and kind of barley. It has a little hop bite at the end. The carbonation's perfect. Drinkability. Most drinkable beer on the market for adjunct lagers. Because it has beer taste, and it has drinkability, and it has sessionability. Tell you what, I'll take this over Coors, the High Life, MGD for sure. Schlitz is different. Schlitz is a little more different. Schlitz is kind of I would say Sammy Adams type beer. I take this over most beers, Mexican beers, except Corona. But when people say it's horrible, they're just looking at the InBev who bought this, 2005 for $50 billion. So they're saying this beer is horrible because the big boys own it. InBev doesn't. It's still an excellent beer for what it is. So if you drink this beer, you're expecting a lot of flavor, don't drink it. If you're rating beer, you're rating 10 beers like this, and you say they all suck, I think it's because you don't like American Adjunct Lagers. So, to me, if you're rating a beer, you should have at least one that's you like, at least two that's pretty good. To say that this sucks and this sucks because you know what, I hear it all the time. I see somebody who doesn't drink, who drinks light beer, and then they say it's heavy, and the people that drink craft beer say it's too light. So, with all that said, it's an A beer. You know, no other beer there's no other. You can distinguish this beer. You can't taste adjuncts in it. Again, most light beers, I don't like them, so I drink this. Tastes like Budweiser. Again, the drinkability, you can go to a party or a wedding, you can drink 10 or 12 of these and you don't even feel it. one of these Dunkels or whatever, like a heavier beer, you can't drink 10 of these. Sociability is high. Drinkability is high. Carbonation is perfect. Can't beat it, man. Actually, I drank this PBR for American Azure. I drink Coors. What else I drink? Schlitz. Schlitz ain't cheap. What else is there? Olympia. I like Olympia. I can't get the cheaper beers like the Midwest has, like Hams, Old Milwaukee. What else is not out here? Hams, Old Milwaukee, and Old Style. They're not in the Southern California. So you got this, which is, you got Natural Ice, which is good. And what else you got? Which are discounted beers. And PBR, but PBR is sneaking up in price. So I'll take this. American Adjunct Lager. And if you don't, if people really think about it and say it sucks, come on, man. And ask them what's their favorite American Adjunct Lager. If they don't have one, then they shouldn't say it sucks. Because if you're really rating beers, you should have at least one. It's like going to I compare Budweiser. If you go to a soccer game expecting 100 goals or 10 goals, just put it that way, you're going to be disappointed. If you're going here expecting a lot of taste, you're going to be disappointed. If you're expecting drinkability and consistency of this beer, you're going to be pleased. So it's all what you expect from a beer. So some people drink this beer and go, oh, it's water, or it's piss water, or this or that. They don't know the style. They don't know the style. All lagers are. You can't have a crisp, clean, refreshing beer and have it had a full body taste. It's not possible. Physically impossible on earth. So Budweiser does it good. Budweiser and even InBev. I've been drinking this while. The taste, the consistency hasn't changed. Even when InBev bought it, it hasn't changed. So Budweiser's a great beer, excellent beer for American Adjunct Lager. If people want to say it's piss water, then that's up to them. But it's still the #2 drinking beer in America. And then with all that said, the number 5 beers drinking beer are light, and it's the Budweiser. So people who drink beer, a lot of beer in America, are drinking lighter beers. They don't like a lot of taste. Does it make it right or wrong? No, it doesn't make it right or wrong. But that's what they want. So they're giving the consumer what they want. They don't want a big chocolate stout. That's what the American consumer doesn't want. If they want this, push it out and see if they like it. So with craft beer, if one of these craft beers get big, then they're micro beers. They're big breweries, then it won't be called craft beer. And if it's smaller, like gets down to like 50 barrels a year, this would be called a craft beer because it's small. It's kind of stupid. That all craft beer and big breweries or microbreweries, that's stupid. Stupid. If you like a beer, if it's from a big brewery or a small brewery or a medium-sized brewery, who cares? Just drink it and be open-minded about the beer. A+ for Budweiser, the king of beers.